I would call it Monday mayhem, but it's way more serious than that. It is. Welcome to Lemon Live at 5, the Don Lemon Show. We're so glad that you are here. But let's see. I got to tell you something. I got to give you the real deal today. Because remember this whole talk about, hey, I'm going to make the economy great again. I'm going to bring prices, make prices great again. All of these things that seem to have gotten sidelined for social issues or distraction issues that really don't mean anything. They don't really move the needle. Okay? They don't really move the needle. I have a question for all of you. What are the chances? Okay, what are the chances that Trump is deliberately trying to kill the U.S. economy? I mean, unless there's some magic tricks going on. I don't know. Maybe he knows something we don't know. What are the chances that he actually wants a recession? It sounds crazy, I know, but perhaps the only way to explain his actions recently. U.S. stocks, let me just give you the news. U.S. stocks tanked today as investors brace for Donald Trump's proposed tariffs on Canada, on Mexico, and China. They're going to go into effect by tonight at midnight, which is a deadline. Naj says, I don't want my money in the bank anymore in the chat. The Dow is down, says Linda Ferker. Yes. The Dow tumbled 650 points or 1.48% to close at 43,191. 43,191. The Dow fell almost 900 points in afternoon trading before pulling back up slightly. The broader S&P 500 fell 1.76%, and the NASDAQ composite fell 2.64%. Very likely, Janet Davis says, then he can say he can fix it. So he wants to tank it, and he can say he can fix it, and he's going to blame it on Joe Biden. Because Joe Biden's economy had to fix it, and look. So maybe it's a trick. You think it's a trick? The NASDAQ is down about 6.5% since Donald Trump took office on January. Now, remember how he loves to gauge the economy on the stock market, but it is down 6.5% since Trump took office on January 20th. We had the best stock market, the highest record, and now what? Stock market? Oh, that's not nothing. Who cares about the stock market? That's nothing. At a press conference this afternoon, Trump said the two trading partners have, quote, no room left to negotiate to avoid the levies, and that he was using tariffs to, quote, and I quote here, punish countries that, as he put it, were taking from the U.S. economy without giving enough in return. The tariffs could result in a significant rise in the cost of countless goods, from beer to lumber. Isn't that like many of his constituents? Aren't those his supporters? People in the construction industry, blue-collar workers, people who drink beer. And this could be felt as soon as next week by consumers at grocery stores and at lumber yards, etc. How about them egg prices? Am I right? How about them egg prices? What egg prices? I can't control egg prices. But you said you could before the election. No, I didn't. What? Who said that? I've never heard. No, nobody ever said that because that's his MO. I don't know. No, I never said that. What had happened was, and then his supporters just buy it. He never said that. And you're like, wait a minute. Let me play you the soundbite. It's crazy. It is NUTS nuts. Donald Trump announcing the tariffs starting tomorrow or at midnight. Here we go.
So we're going April 2nd, but very importantly, tomorrow tariffs 25% on Canada and 25% on Mexico, and that'll start. So they're going to have a tariff. So what they have to do is build their car plants, frankly, and other things in the United States, in which case they have no tariffs. In other words,
okay. So that's what he says is going to happen. I mean, but anyone who knows anything about tariffs and the economy knows that it is really a tax on consumers. But yet he's going forward with it. I mean, I started to ask, does Trump hate America? And my producers are like, I don't know, that's kind of nebulous, but Yeah, I'm wondering if does Trump hate America? Is he tanking the economy? I said a question mark, but don't look at your portfolio. Do not look at your stocks or your retirement. Don't. I'm telling you. Don't do it. He is killing the economy since 1971 black. He is so dumb, says Red Devil Raspberry. He still doesn't understand tariffs. LMAO says, please welcome. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he knows something we don't. Wendy Stafford says, this is so exhausting. I swear, scary. Yes. Do not, I'm telling you, look at your portfolio stocks, retirement, 401k. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because then you'll be like, the price of eggs. Oh, what happened? Don't do it. What about negotiations? Trump says no room for negotiations. Here it is.
Is there any room left for Canada and Mexico to make a deal before midnight? And should we expect those Chinese tariffs, the extra 10%, to take effect tomorrow?
No room left for Mexico or for Canada. No, the tariffs, they're all set. They go into effect tomorrow.
They go into effect tomorrow. There's no room for negotiation anymore. Today, we bring in our special guests, as we do every Monday. If you're at the highest tier of our membership here on the Don Lemon Show, and these are the Lemon Legends who are joining us. This is the highest tier. They get to be on. They get to voice their opinions. They get to their face on the screen. Look, I got to tell you, they know the drill so much. They're telling me, as we were preparing backstage, they're like, "Oh, Don, here it is. You mess my name up all the time. Just say my maiden name." Is that right, Anitra Cooley? Did you not tell me?
Yes.
Because how do you say your married name?
Oluwatosin Odubemi.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. Anyway, Anitra Cooley is here. So these are our Lemon Legends, and they join us. You can join us, any of our Lemon Legends, anytime we have a special show. Maureen Marfell is here. Andre Pinkley is here. Kim Page. Marlene Prosser is here. May Money's here. Renee White, James Brim, Nicole Cox, and Anitra Cooley. Thank you guys for joining us today. I appreciate all of you. Is anybody, by show of hands, of the Lemon Legends, has anybody looked at their stocks, retirement, portfolio, any of that? Anyone? Anyone? You did? Is that Andrea? You looked at your portfolio? Yes. And?
Yes, I looked at mine, and I just closed it back up.
Do you understand what I'm saying when I say don't look at your portfolio today?
Yes, I do. More can fluctuate.
Yes. How do you feel about the tariffs and what is happening with the economy right now?
Well, I believe we have a president that doesn't understand tariffs and that he's hurting the country. He doesn't care about the price of eggs. He doesn't care about if the White House stands or falls.
Doesn't care.
Doesn't care. He's in for the money, and he did it with Musk. I think they want to destroy the country together. Absolutely. I think both of them work for the KGB.
Okay. The views and opinions of Andrea Pinckney are not the views and opinions of Don Lemon or the Don Lemon channel, the Don Lemon Network. Hey, look, you're free to have your opinion. You're an American citizen, right? You're free to have your opinion, right? Okay.
Yes.
I am wondering if, Nicole, you're feeling a certain kind of way about this economy, because I am concerned that Donald Trump doesn't understand what tariffs are going to do to the average working person. And he, as I said in the past, has said, hey, the stock market is the record of it. That's how he judges the economy. But now I guess he doesn't, because the stock market is down. The NASDAQ is down 6.5% since Donald Trump took office on January 20th. What say you?
I think
How you doing, Don? Happy
I'm
birthday.
great. How you doing? I'm trying to get everybody in, by the way. Quick.
Okay. I don't think it's a matter of understanding, Don.
Right.
I think we keep saying understanding. He doesn't understand. You know,
He
anybody
doesn't
with,
care. Is that what you're saying?
he don't
doesn't
care. And I think if we just kind of shift, you know, because giving somebody the benefit of the doubt of understanding means that perhaps if you understood, you would change your behavior.
Mhm.
Understanding has zero to do with this. Anybody who has a cell phone could Google this and know exactly what it does. You do not have to have a degree in economics or a career as a CPA to understand what this is and what it does. Anybody could know this. He does not care. He's a hyper capitalist and he is looking out for his own interests, and whomever he is in cahoots with and who he is partnered with to say, okay, you also want to make as much money as possible while we have, you know, access to this. So even to say he hates America, I think even that is going too far. That involves emotion.
Mm.
This is a an asset, and he is going to milk this asset for all it is worth while he has access to it. And I think that's Delia. She wrote the note. There it is.
Yeah.
He's a hyper capitalist.
He's a hyper capitalist. What say you, James Brem? What do you think about this? Does he know? Does he care? Or did you look at your? Obviously, you did not look at your retirement.
No, I did not look at my portfolio. I've been in the office at 6:30 this morning. I haven't looked at anything. But what I do think is I don't think he doesn't love America. I think he loves it so much that he wants it for himself. And I think it's, you know, I think this is just more of, he wants it in his vision. He wants to cleanse. He wants the middle class to fall to the poor. He wants the poor to fall out, and he wants the ultra rich to be at the top. And that's where he wants to hang out with. And that's what his view of America should be. And he can make that happen through all of the things that he's doing. I mean, think about it. We're not giving vaccines to kids in lower economic areas, not giving them breakfast or lunch at schools and things like that. I mean, to me, you know, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I kind of see that. I mean, he's 80 years old, for God's sakes. I mean, we all come in a diaper, we leave in a diaper, and we leave eating a saltine and a piece of cheese for the day, and he's getting close to that. What's he going to do with all this money? I think it's more of, and I don't believe he cares about his family to leave it in a different way. I just think he's got such a vendetta against Americans and everything that he's going to leave by putting this in, trying to change his company in his image. You know,
who is that? Anitra, is that you laughing? Who's laughing over there? Oh, wait, hang on, Anitra. May Money, seems like you want to get in. What did you want to say?
I just wanted to say, well, first of all, I agree with James, but also, let's just be straight up. Trump doesn't even care about his own children. So care is like a non-existent thing for him. He's a treasonous, traitorous, troglodyte, troll, trash person. Okay. That is what he is. He is a traitor to this country. He does not love this country at all. He loves Russia. It feels like he does. But like, I mean, this is so out of pocket. Like there's no care involved. As long as it serves him, that's it, and that's all. And he has no understanding for anything outside of himself. This is a sad person that we're dealing with, and it's a sad situation that we've put ourselves in. So my question is, how are we getting out of it?
What say you, Anitra? I called on you. Let's hear.
I don't know. I think that, first of all, I know he doesn't have like emotions like normal people, because you couldn't do this and be able to behave the way he is. But I think somehow he made a deal that as long as I stay in power, y'all can do what you want to do. You can pillage the place if you want to. And so he's standing by, and then it's all about power to me. Doesn't matter who gets hurt along the way. My issue is, if we're all gone, who's going to take care of the powerful? Who's going to feed them? Who are they going to rule over? Have they thought about these things? And I'm from a red state. I'm staying in a blue state right now for my job for a couple more weeks. And I've been out here in the East Coast for 3 years. Very different dichotomy between It's a dichotomy between Indiana and Massachusetts and what they're doing. And we're in trouble.
We're in trouble. Kim Page, do you agree that we are in trouble? And Kim, you didn't raise your hand. Kim, I thought you, look, this is me stereotyping and being biased. I'm telling you, I thought, look how organized you are. You're always in front of a computer, you whatever. I say, surely Kim Page checked her retirement portfolio, stocks of something today, but she has probably more sense than I give her credit for.
No, because we know he changes his mind on a daily basis. But I think two things, and everybody has touched on that. Who does he admire? Who does he want to model himself after? That's Putin.
Yep.
These are the playbooks he's following. And I always find it so ironic and interesting that people say, well, he's this great businessman. That's why we voted for him. But he's not. And you cannot run a government like a business. A government is where we make laws, we execute laws, we build agencies to serve the American people. And so this is not what he's doing. And I agree. I think he's in it to accumulate as much wealth as he can and screw everybody else. I also agree when there's nobody left to pull money from, when, hopefully we don't get there because we have to fight this. He doesn't think that far ahead. He's not that strategic. He just wants to be Putin. He wants to be Orban. He wants to accumulate as much wealth as he can.
Wow.
That's what I think. What do y'all think?
Renee White, what is on your mind? Renee White, what's on your mind?
Renee had to leave, actually.
Oh, no, Renee. Okay, Renee had to leave. So then, Maureen, how you doing? How you doing, Miss Maureen Marfell? What is on your mind? I'm trying to get everybody in at the top, and then I have more questions. How are you feeling about what's happening today?
Yeah, I don't look at my portfolio. I learned that a long time ago with the stock market, but truly not now. I don't need to depress myself anymore. What do I think? I will tell you, I don't think the man has a heart and soul. I never have. He only thinks about himself. And I love what everybody has said already. I think we're all in agreement. I would like to think if there was something that could be done. I would love to see them asking him to leave office, impeach him again. But I know that's probably a pipe dream.
But Maureen, stand by. Maureen, it didn't happen twice before. They impeached him and nothing happened. He's president again.
Yep. No, crazy, huh? I've been around a long time, Don, and I've never seen a president even close to this. I don't know. What do we do?
Well, there are some folks, as we showed you this morning, if you were watching the live this morning, our hot topics at 10 a.m., there are some people who are standing back. They are creating community groups. They are doing things to help. And there are more people. It's almost like a secret society that they have going on. Andrea, what say you today?
Well, what I think is I would love to impeach him, but he's a felon also. And how did a felon get in office?
Well, we know. And the Supreme Court said, okay. And the only way that he was going to stay out of jail or face consequences was to become president again.
And he needed money to stay out of office. And that's how we inherited Musk. And I think that should be an impeachable thing.
By the way, Marlene Prosser, right? Producers cannot join. Is that correct?
I'm right here. No, Marlene's right here.
You are? Okay, Marlene, I thought you were gone. Marlene, I want to know what's about, by the way, how you doing and what's on your mind today?
I'm
and did
good.
you look
Thank you.
Did you look at anything that has to do with money?
Yes.
And
Well,
investment?
I used to work in the industry where I gave people advice on when the stock market goes down, don't sell, but I'm just thinking what people that used to do what I do, what they're trying to tell them, because I know people are freaking out. The whole situation is dire to me, my opinion, And I agree with what the other Lemon Legend said. He doesn't care. And I believe he understands exactly what he's doing.
Mm-hmm. Can you if you were in an advisory role, right? A financial advisory role, it sounds like that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
can you please explain, if you know, because there are people who don't believe, obviously he doesn't, that tariffs are an actual tax on the consumer, because what those folks will do is just charge a higher amount for the goods that come into, that they ship into America or anywhere else. And then the American consumer ends up paying more.
That's absolutely correct. I mean, I don't know that much about it, but I keep thinking in my head, even a blind person could see through this. It's like, we know we're the ones that are going to be paying the higher prices.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom line. If I had a business and I would have to have tariffs, I would raise my prices too. That's just common sense.
Mm-hmm. Can you let's put everybody up on the screen. Just a show of hands. May Money, I know you're riding or driving, looking out the window. I love it. Listening. Here's what I want to give me a show of hands of the folks who took part in the economic blackout on Friday. If you're here, did you take part in it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Really? Now 9. All of you?
Yes.
All of you.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. Are you serious? Everyone took part. Who do I have on my left? Who haven't I spoken to on the screen? Who is that? I can't see.
Marley.
Oh, Marley. I thought that you couldn't join us. Hi, Marley. How are you?
How you doing, Don?
I'm great. Marley, are you a first-time caller, long-time listener?
I started watching you since the Elon interview, but I just became a member. Yeah. You got me at Elon.
Thank you, Marley. I appreciate it. And I'm glad that you're a legend. I think it's Marley, MJ. They said Marley is here. I just looking at for my producer, Marley Jefferson, but we'll just call her MJ. How's that? Maybe I shouldn't say your last name.
That's great.
Okay. So Marley, how are you feeling today? I asked people if they checked their portfolios or retirement or 401k, and they said, most people said no, but some of these folks did. What about you? How are you feeling today?
No, I'm feeling good. I didn't get any notifications today on my iPhone. I set up notifications if my portfolio goes down, but I'm pretty diversified. I'm in a lot of crypto, like Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been doing good.
Yeah. Are you nervous about what's going on with the economy, or you're cool? And how do you feel about tariffs? You're nervous.
I'm sorry, what did you say? Yeah, I'm nervous.
Yeah, why so?
Because I think he's doing it on purpose. He's a crook. He's stolen from people before.
Yep.
He is trying to take money for himself and his buddies like Elon, all those billionaires. And I think he's strategically trying to steal money and get rid of the middle class and make everybody poor.
Absolutely.
That's what I think.
Okay, so this is interesting to me. For what reason? I guess James, I think it was James who said he is, excuse me if my mouth won't work on this Monday evening, that he's doing it so that he can save it or pretend that he saved it after it crashes, and because he's going to say it was Joe Biden. Now, look, maybe there are some people who are in the chat who disagree, and so we welcome dissenting voices. If you dissent, and producers look for this, if you're not concerned, if there is another perspective, I want to hear it. We want to hear it on the Don Lemon channel. By the way, we are streaming live on YouTube. We are streaming live on TikTok. We're streaming live on Instagram and Facebook. And make sure you hit the thumbs up. It affects the algorithm, and more people become aware of our community, our conversation, our channel. It is important for independent media. So subscribe. It's at the bottom of your screen, right under the Don Lemon Show. Make sure you subscribe, hit the subscribe button, and the membership link should be at the top of the chat. And so it should say, did you? It's not there. Can we put the membership link at the top of the chat? Make sure you put the membership link at the top of the chat. Don. It is. I don't know. I can't see it. I'm looking at the live feed, because when I got my legends on, when E.F. Hutton talks, people listen. When the Lemon Legends talk, people listen. And so I need to be on the live feeds so I can see them, because the YouTube feed is delayed a bit by at least 10 seconds. Okay, so make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure you hit the like. If you're on TikTok, smash the hearts and follow us on our social media. Become a member. Please subscribe. Just because you're a member does not mean that you're a subscriber. Okay?
All right.
Okay, so here's what Max79 says. He's manipulating the markets to help his rich donors. I also took part in the economic blackout, all to help Putin, Saudi royal family, and Elon. Do you think that this is a consensus around the country, James Brim?
Yeah.
That folks are, even some Trump supporters are unnerved by his refusal or inability to criticize Putin and his refusal to understand exactly what a tariff is.
Yeah, I think everybody's unnerved, even if they don't want to admit it. I mean, I've said it before. I work with a lot of young people, and they were like, "Oh, I suppose you're for Zelensky today," and I'm like, "Damn straight I am." I said, "Do you think our president had the chance to defend our country, and what happened? He had bone spurs. Well, Zelensky's protecting his people and his country and his way of life, and I think." Once this starts hitting rural America's pocketbook and the MAGA base's pocketbook and everybody else, I think, like the whataboutism crept in a little bit, but you don't hear as much of that right now as we have been hearing. If you've noticed that, maybe it's just me, maybe it's just I've noticed that, but you're still hearing, well, Biden caused this and he's cleaning it up, and they're still going to go back to Trump, and he still thinks he's some kind of, or I don't know if he thinks it, but people are still out there believing he's some kind of religious savior, which is a bunch of crap. But I think, I think it's got to hit. I think it's got to hit middle to lower income folks a lot harder than it's hitting them now for them to realize. And I think these tariffs are almost a good thing for the country to wake them up to say, wow, I can't go buy a car. I can't go, but, put that addition on my house or do whatever they're going to do, because things are getting so expensive. And I think until that happens, we're not going to unify again.
That is a fascinating perspective that you think.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I like to be fascinating.
Yeah. Anybody agree with James? By the way, if you are, look, welcome to all of our new members. And again, our memberships are growing, and I am so happy. I'm amazing. I got my birthday present. Like amazing. Okay. So thank you. I wanted 500,000. We got 500,000 subscribers, and our memberships are growing, and we need all of it to continue to be able to bring you the news and to stay independent. That's the important part. We need to stay independent, so we don't have corporate overlords. And so we can come here and discuss like this. If you're a member, see how these folks are up on the screen and they can jump in whenever they want because they are the highest tier of our membership, because this is your channel. Nicole Cox tries to take over the channel every time she's on. And I'm like, okay, fine. I'm good with that. Because she is a loyal supporter. Maureen Marfell, I believe.
Man down.
Maureen Marfell is Mama Bear of the group. Maureen Marfell flew across the country from San Francisco.
John. I like being Mama Bear.
Yes, I flew across the country to see me all the way in the East Coast for a book event. These lemon heads, the folks in our lemon community are, of course, Maureen. We had drinks. And by the way, we're almost at 600,000 subscribers, so thank you very much. Let me put this up.
And this man is excellent. Nicest man I've ever met.
Oh, come on. You're not talking about
Megyn
me.
Kelly says, not what Megyn Kelly says.
Rumor has it.
This is
Hey, I'm the millennial of the group. Hey, I'm keeping the youth out here.
Yes.
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 And keeping the youth and keeping it real.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I want to put this up because this is what the Fed projects. Okay, let's put it up. The Atlanta Feds project this. Latest Atlanta Fed GDP now at minus 2.8 annualized growth in Q1. And by the way, if you look at private GDP, it would be even worse at negative. This is a minus 3.8%. My calculations based on their component details. This is where we are with gross domestic product under Donald Trump. So if you're not nervous now, then I don't know who you are. If you're not concerned now, then I don't know what will concern you. If you did not watch, y'all, If you didn't watch what happened in that Oval Office on Friday and not be concerned about it, then you are not a human being. Because that was the most, I believe, embarrassing thing for the country in quite a while, and perhaps the most embarrassing, outrageous thing to happen in the Oval Office. May Money is raising her hand. She is the polite one, but you know all these other folks aren't polite. They just start talking. May Money, go for it.
I'm the polite one? Oh, I didn't know that. All right. Okay. No, honestly, John, I'm so glad you brought this up. That, first of all, that was humiliating. We should all be embarrassed as Americans what happened in that Oval Office with Zelensky. It got to the point where I'm like, all right, you know what? Now we got to start moving furniture up in here. That I would have thought I would have put hands on that man for talking to him that way. This man is in a wartime country right now, and he had the audacity with his punk ass to talk to him like that. We would have been fighting. I'm sorry. This is done. We're done with this conversation. You're not gonna embarrass me in front of the media like this. I'm gonna embarrass your ass in front of the media. No way. That made me so mad, Don. I can't even tell you. I was like, I can't wait until Monday to talk to Don and my Lemon Legends about this. I'm sorry. I can't be the only one that felt that way. I was ready to throw hands.
And the best part was criticizing his wardrobe when you got Musk running around the White House with, looks like he just slept in his car with, a kid picking his nose. I mean, come on.
This man puts his life out there every day for his people.
Don, you're muted.
One of you guys can't hear me. I'm like, hey, James, hey, everybody. Okay, so listen, here's the thing. I want everybody to know that at 2:00 today, we dropped a thing on YouTube, which explains why I believe his initial motivation and underlying motivation is. So make sure you click on that, okay? Because then you will understand where all of this came from. Maureen Marfell mentioned impeachment before. And I don't know if you guys remember, what was he impeached for the first time? Go ahead, Kim.
He was impeached for trying to extort Zelensky by getting him to get dirt on the Bidens.
Biden, right.
And Zelensky
and
refused.
He was not going to release the funds to Ukraine until he got that. That's narcissistic injury, and he is mad. Yeah.
And he never forgot it. And he was sitting there reeling off all of the MAGA crazy talking points. It's Hillary, it's Joe Biden, it's Hunter Biden's laptop. I was like, am I at a QAnon meeting? What the hell is going on here? What is going on?
And how can you say that you are for America and then say what me and Putin went through, witch hunt and all that? I about came up out. I was so livid, and I literally had tears in my eyes. I was so upset because I said, this is treasonous behavior. And he's like, well, he did this, he did that. This man's country is being attacked by this other country, and they're killing people. And you're sitting here telling him, who's supposed to be his ally, we're not going to help you. And not only that, that's my friend who's been through things with me. There's a problem. Maybe not impeachment, but that 25th Amendment, I'm on that.
Let me ask you, Anitra, how did you feel about the suit? Why aren't you wearing a suit?
It was some bullshit. I feel like it was bullying. Yeah, it was bullshit.
Who else is up there?
Attack this man for not wearing a suit. And you got Elon in there and other people doing all kinds of things. Reagan didn't wear a suit back in the day. I'm from Reagan Jelly Bean table, okay? He was in there with polos on. It all depends on who you are. And they're such hypocrites, and it makes me mad.
Go ahead, MJ.
I mean, that was some bullshit. I can't believe that happened. It was just like I was watching a bunch of kids in a playground, and they just bullying this poor guy, which made me want to jump in through the screen and go and protect him. I think, and Rubio, I have no respect for him. Just sitting there, sinking in the couch, knowing that shit was wrong, and he didn't say nothing. He didn't do anything.
Lamar.
It was just embarrassing, and I feel like all of them are traitors to America.
Go ahead, Marlene.
Think he's going to tell the
But you
Saudis
know,
to put a suit on next time they visit the White House? Doubt it.
Oh, right. Because they don't wear suits, right?
No, they don't wear suits.
That's a good point, James. Go ahead, Marlene.
So there are people that are out here who still believe that what Trump is doing is correct. I ran into an elderly gentleman, and he was telling me some problems that he's having, and somehow he talked about Trump and Zelensky, and he's like, but Trump is right. He needs to end the war. Zelensky needs to stop. And I was looking at him like, what? I said, do you know how many people died? What? I can't fathom that people still believe his crap. Well, it's bullshit, actually. I just can't believe it.
You can say that here. This is your channel, whatever. And make sure everyone hit the thumbs up. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Come on, guys. How does it feel to really be able to say and to get it off your minds instead of yelling at the television at night or holding it?
Don doesn't have the cards
So good.
Look at that. Everybody, I know everybody says I love it. It's so good. We're all speaking at once.
Don
Keep
doesn't
it
have the
going,
cards on
Don.
Mondays.
What'd you say, James?
I said, you don't have the cards on Mondays.
Oh, I don't have the cards on Mondays.
I'm parroting our friend.
I know. You don't have the cards. You don't have the hands. You don't have the cards. The guy's like, I'm not playing cards. And he's like, well, don't come in here. And okay, let me ask you about this. Maureen.
Yes.
Why was JD Vance even there? It was a set.
I don't know. I've never seen a vice president in that type of meeting. They may be there listening somewhere, but he was so out of it and so rude. And he didn't know what he was talking about. He doesn't understand history.
There to understand it.
We have such unqualified people on that cabinet. It's terrible. And he wants to be president, I'm sure. I pray to God that never happened.
Yeah. He's thirsty.
Do you think it was who, by show of hands? Because they kept saying, guys, if you have some elements from this morning, something quick that you can get me, let me know from the Zelensky Oval Office thing. By a show of hands, who thinks it was a setup?
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
You think it was a setup?
Catch these hands.
Yeah,
I know that.
Bush.
Yeah. Nicole, why do you think it was a setup? Because he kept saying, Elon Musk. See, I'm thinking Elon is the vice president. JD Vance was at the end of it almost. He said, oh, we shouldn't be doing this in front of the American media. Who invited the media there? They did. Why'd they have the conversation? Go on, Nicole.
And the Russian media.
Don, you always hit me with this stuff because you always get me when I'm at the height of my irritation. When was the last time you saw an actual negotiation take place live time in front of the United States of America? When was the last time? That is not what we get to see. What we get to see is the final 3-minute clip of everybody coming out in their nicely dressed, everybody shaking hands. Well, this is what happened. This is what y'all need to know. You get the photo op of the handshake and the little signature, and everybody goes about their merry way. That was a whole setup. They brought a grown man over here, and it is grown man energy. I know everybody in here felt like they wanted to jump in and defend our friend Zelensky. He didn't need no defense. Baby, he was fine. That was grown man energy, and they were not accustomed to that. They're used to dealing with these little babies who roll over every time. Zelensky wasn't rolling over for them. They're lucky they got out that room without catching something. Okay?
Yeah.
And they set it up thinking that the peer pressure of the American eye and all that press would cause that man to bend. What they don't know is that real men go and defend their family. And while they were sitting there playing patty cake, he was thinking about the starving, hurting, bleeding people back in his home country. Baby, he ain't worried about y'all. And not enough lights, camera, or action was about to cause him to sign away half of his country and roll over for the Russian. So they really underestimated grown man energy. They're not used to dealing with men.
Coming in from the heart.
Mic drop.
They are
See you
not
later.
used to dealing with men. And I'm
Mic
glad he
drop.
dealt
Show
with
is
Tika
over.
the elephant, who didn't even know what was going on over there in Ukraine. Well, have you ever been to you? Well, I've seen videos. Okay, so what you telling me, VP, is you know about as much about Ukraine as I know about Ukraine.
Right.
Okay,
Sit down
everybody.
somewhere.
Everybody.
And fix your eyeliner, baby. It's running.
Right.
Stand by, stand by. I want everybody to see what the ire and the outrage is about. Here it is. This is just a little bit of what happened in the Oval Office. Run it.
Why don't you wear a suit? You're at the highest level in this country's office, and you refuse to wear a suit. Just want to see if you do you own a suit?
Yeah, problems.
A lot of Americans have problems with you not respecting.
I don't have such.
office.
I will wear a costume after this war will finish.
Okay.
You are not strong.
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Come once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring people, you bring them on a propaganda tour.
You got to be more thankful, because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards. But without us, you don't have any cards. The problem is, I've empowered you to be a tough guy. And
Oh my God.
I don't think you'd be a tough guy without the United States. And your people are very brave. But you're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out. I don't think it's going to be pretty, but you'll fight it out. But you don't have the cards.
Why don't you wear a suit? Why don't you wear a suit? You're at the highest level in this country's office, and you refuse to wear a suit. Just want to see if you do you own a suit?
Yeah, problems.
A lot of Americans have problems with you not respecting.
I don't have such.
office.
I will wear a costume after this war will finish.
By the way, producers, do me a favor. Get me the Teray thing from, I think it was a TikTok or an Instagram or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So Teray explains why the man is not wearing a suit. Wow.
But he was coming from the heart. Zelensky was coming from the heart. We're right back to where we were in COVID, where every day we got the update, and everybody had to thank Donald Trump first. Thank you, Donald Trump. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you.
Kiss my ring.
As a, it's like, are you kidding me? Yeah, thank you for telling all our kids to take, drink Lysol and bleach and whatever else. I mean, come on. And that's
Stand
what it's
back.
again.
James, stand back and stand by. You know what that is, right?
Yeah.
Remember that?
And
debate?
JD Vance is the one who instigated that whole thing in there, whether it was a setup or not. He's the one who started it.
It was a setup.
Stand by. Run the clip. Stand by, everyone.
I know you saw that lame-ass white boy ask Zelensky why he wasn't wearing a suit. Do you own a suit is wildly disrespectful. And it's really the height of misplaced arrogance. Zelensky doesn't wear a suit intentionally because his nation is at war. It's meant to be a constant reminder that his people are at war and he's dressing like them. It says he's thinking about the people. It says, I have far more important things to think about than fashion. This is something wartime leaders have done for decades. Winston Churchill visited the White House in an air raid suit during World War II. It symbolizes that his mind is on the people because he's dressing like the people. It's intentional, it's thoughtful, it's traditional, it's powerful, it's respectful. It's actually a very powerful idea. To try to mock a wartime leader over the clothes he's wearing is insane. And I appreciated Zelensky saying, yeah, after the war, I'll wear the costume. Because the suit is a costume of privilege. I know.
Yep.
So there you go.
And not class.
That was awesome.
Who was that? It said not class.
Spot on.
That was me. I said they don't have class. Their suits don't fit right anyway. They look cheap.
Yep.
They don't have any class. They don't care about people. All they care about is money.
Yeah.
And I love that Zelensky was able to speak from such a powerful place. Like you said, that's real man energy. He stood his ground, but you could see in his head, he was thinking about snapping out for a second. And he was
Yep.
keeping himself together. And he was like, what is this? He couldn't believe it. He was like, most of us were thinking. But I was at work the other day to a very intelligent person. And they said, well, he's the only one that can save us. And it's somebody I really like. And I couldn't believe it. And she was like, he has to ask for the people's information and everything so he knows what's going on so they can cut the fat.
My gosh.
Oh my God.
So
Yeah.
this is after
While
that,
the
and they're still drinking the
measles-
Kool-Aid.
While the measles numbers go up in Texas, it went from 86 to 146 now.
Let me tell you guys something too, just so you know. I am traveling right after this. I'm going to catch a flight. I have to go to JFK Airport. And did you guys see the measles? The person that came over, they went through JFK Airport, and so now this is why when you hear this is the reason, one of the reasons we have programs like USAID, where they try to stamp out diseases in other underdeveloped parts of the world, so that it can help the people there, but also keep it from coming here. And they don't understand. They know the cost of everything and the value of nothing. Kim Page, I saw your head in your hand as we were playing that clip in the Oval Office.
Yes. Yeah. The ambush. Absolutely. The ignorance and arrogance, deadly combination. But what I found interesting too, it just so happened that a Russia state television reporter happened to be in the Oval Office at the same time. And nobody knew. What a coincidence that was.
Pay attention.
It's just if people are not afraid about what happened in that Oval Office, they're not paying attention. This is scary shit.
It is
right now.
And
I
can
believe that.
remind everybody of one thing. Do we remember Melania Trump getting on Air Force One with her jacket? I don't care to you, going to visit the kids at the cages or whatever.
I really don't care, do you?
Yeah. And that's appropriate. First Lady of the United States. Be best, baby. Be best.
Well, I think it's selective outrage is what it is. Okay. And listen, I don't believe that it is just the tariffs that's tanking the market. I think there's a whole host of things. And if you look at the market today, even Fox News, here's Fox News broadcasting the stock market's tanking, and Trump is speaking and he's talking about how great the economy, whatever, and what they're going to do. And next to him, it's like, the market is tanking. Like the right hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing. Watch this.
It's going to be devoted. I'm a huge fan of Ronald Reagan, but he was bad on trade, very bad on trade. He allowed a lot of people, a lot of businesses to be taken. So I say that with due respect because he was so great on other things, but he was bad on trade. We are setting records right now, records like nobody has ever seen before. When you have companies like this coming in, and almost 40% of their company in one signature is going to be devoted to what he does, which is one of the most important businesses in the world. That's an unbelievable thing. When Apple now is going to start building all of their plants here.
You wonder why all of those people were around him at the inauguration. He just told them, he's just told America why he's doing what he's doing. He always gives it away. Now, I got to say, there are a lot of folks who carry the water for him, including Fox Business. This is today, and I'm wondering if this man actually works for the administration, or does he work for an organization that is supposed to give you the information about the economy? I just want you guys to watch this. Just please, here it is.
Last one. What's left of the Biden economy is slumping so badly. It's just slumping. This is the legacy of the Biden economy.
Pause, please, pause.
I want you to tell me.
Didn't I tell you they were going to blame it on Biden? Just back it up, okay? Just this is what they do. They get the talking points and they carry the water. Here it is.
Last one. What's left of the Biden economy is slumping so badly. It's just slumping. This is the legacy of the Biden economy. Will we hear? I want you to tell me, Caroline Levitt. I want you to say, Larry, we're going to have lots of talk about tax cuts and deregulation and energy production and economic growth in the State of the Union message tomorrow. Upbeat, I used to call it growthier, Caroline. We're going to have a growthier speech tomorrow to keep those animal spirits going. Tell me it's all true.
It's all true, Larry. I can confirm the president is going to talk about his economic agenda. And truly, this administration is working around the clock to bring down the cost of living for the American people, to deregulate the regulations that Joe Biden put on every industry across the board. And, you know, tax cuts are a huge priority for this president, and he'll be talking directly to Congress about that tomorrow night.
All right, great stuff. You're really terrific. Caroline.
Objection, Your Honor. Leading the witness. How are you?
Make me with a spoon.
It's disgusting. And they just smile and bear it. Just I'm so happy to be here. I just don't understand how you face yourself in the mirror when you look like you're fake.
I mean, can you imagine? Are we just tell me, because the economy is so bad as they're speaking, the market is sinking. So tell me the end of the Biden economy and the tail end, the real end of the Obama economy. Wait a minute. What? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh.
Then there's the Hunter Biden laptop. Consider it. Yeah, come up every now and then.
There was a time Kudlow was respectable.
Really? Yeah. Guys, MJ is here, and I want to welcome MJ. MJ, it's your first time, right? And first time as a Lemon Legend. And can we just show her, just give her a warm round of applause?
MJ.
We want to welcome MJ. MJ, so again, MJ, what say you when you watch that, and also the Oval Office with Zelensky, and then you watch Donald Trump and then the folks carrying water for him? What say you?
I think that America is in a really bad place. I think democracy, I know people want to be all like positive, but I think it's gone. Like nobody is checking him.
That's
no
right.
one. And the last like barrier that he has is the judicial system, and he's not following that. And people are all, oh, you can do this and that and go and resist and fight. But how do we know we're going to have another election? I don't think we're going to have another election. Everybody's hoping that we can like have a majority or change the Congress right now where we have a majority. I don't think that's going to happen. I think that people just believe the lies. There's like 49% of America is living in some fantasy world where they believe Trump, and the majority doesn't believe him, and that's us. But they've taken our power because America is built on the Constitution and checks and balances, and those just seem to be gone. I just feel like nobody's being realistic, like especially in the media, except for you, Don.
Thank you very much. Boom! Did you guys hear that? Legends. Now that is how you do it, legends. Take note. Okay? So let me just say this, okay? Because my Tim, right? Tim keeps an Excel sheet of subscribers and members. And he's like, Don, on my projection, the subscribers, you need to get to this, whatever. And the subscribers today, they're lagging. So can you please make Tim wrong? And you guys make sure you subscribe to the channel and send our stuff to everyone, because we're growing. We want to continue to grow. Absolutely right. And become a member. And thank you. Tell them, hit the thumbs up. It is important. So guys, remember I said I've got to get to the airport, right? So you will forgive me if I end the show in a second. But I just want to put this up because I like to leave folks with a little bit of levity. And so I want to put up this photograph because it's so funny and it is true. Can you guys read that? For the first time in history, you can simply post, he's an idiot, and 90% of the world will know whom you're talking about.
Yes. I second that emotion.
Lemon Legends, I love you guys. Put them back on the screen. This is your show. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the experience. We'll have more Lemon Legend shows. They are the highest tier of our membership. Thank you. Do you guys feel better? Did you get it off your chest?
Travel safe, Don.
Yes.
Bye.
Thank you.
Much better.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, legends. I really love you. Thank you. I really appreciate you helping the community. That's our
Thanks to
lemon legend.
everybody at home.
Thank you. Bye. Have a good one, guys. Okay, listen. I appreciate you joining us every day. You can take the legends off. I appreciate you joining us every single day, and I appreciate you helping to grow this community because it is your community, as I've been saying. We are free from corporate influence. We can say whatever we want. We're not influenced by that. We don't normalize here. We don't give false equivalence here. We give it to you straight. And then you can be a part of it as well. I'm proud of myself. I finally did something. I wrote to all my representatives, felt better than doing nothing, says Debbie. Yes, Debbie, thank you for your support. Thank you, Crescenta Vic, for your generous support. I've seen many skits that say slavery is the WND game. Okay, I don't know that. Do you believe that to be true? Does anybody know? Am I missing something? Okay.
I think it means end game.
The end game. Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute. I don't know what that is. Okay. Do I believe it to be true? I don't know if it's slavery. I think it's control over everyone and they want to be a dictator. The Republicans will lie and blame the Biden-Obama administrations no matter the cost to the American people. Drew W. Thank you for your support. Okay, everyone. Welcome to all of our new members. Thank you all for your support. I've got to get a plane, but I will see you. That's why I'm getting this plane tonight rather than in the morning. I will see you tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern time for our hot topics. Make sure you subscribe, become a member, follow us on our social channels. We are so happy that you're here. We love you. And as I say, every time I sign off. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Do you want to just explain to those watching how we have a redirect at the end of this video?
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yes, we have a redirect at the end of this video that explains that it's an explainer on what's happening by Trump, furthering endangering the economy by what he's doing with these, what they call them shit coins and crypto coins. I'll let myself explain it to you later. But if you stick around, you can click on the link. It will notify you and take you there when it drops. And I believe it's at 8 Eastern.
8 o'clock. Yeah.
8 o'clock. Okay. I got to run, guys. I got to run team. I got to run folks in the Lemonhead Nation, in the Lemon Nation. Thank you so much. And as I say, every time I sign off, turn the TV off. Thanks everyone for watching. Your support means the world to us. So make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to our channel to make sure that you never ever miss a video. We're live every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We drop even more content at 2 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you want more Don Lemon Show content, we'd love for you to become a member of the Lemon community, where you will receive access to special community posts. You'll get exclusive content and members-only live shows. So head over to our channel page or click the join button on this video. Again, thank you for watching. We appreciate your love and your support, and we will see you next time.